Hi friends, welcome to another video. Today we are going to see how Kasparov turned this position into that one in less than 20 moves. So stay with us until the end.
So let's watch this game from the start and learn more about Kasparov's style. The game begins with pawn d4, knight f6, pawn c4, pawn e6, knight f3, and pawn b6. Friends, this is called the Queen's Indian defense. Kasparov plays pawn g3, a move he really likes. He usually develops his bishop in the fianchetto style, placing it on the long diagonal. There's an old saying, bishops define the plan. If you don't know what to do, look at your bishops. That's great advice for the middle game. Black plays bishop b7, Kasparov plays bishop g2, black plays bishop e7, and both sides castle. We've reached the calm position I showed you earlier, but Kasparov starts a brilliant plan. He wants to bring his pieces, especially his knights, closer to the enemy king. Remember this. Knights love to get near the opponent's king. Kasparov plays pawn d5, gaining space for his pieces. Space is one of the most important factors in chess. Black captures on d5. But Kasparov doesn't recapture with the pawn. Instead, he plays knight h4. He uses the pinned pawn on d5 to move his knight toward f5. Reaching the f5 square is powerful. It pressures the king and attacks the bishop on e7. Kasparov is even ready to sacrifice a pawn to gain the two bishops' advantage. Black plays pawn c6 to defend, which looks logical. Now Kasparov captures on d5, black takes back with the knight, and Kasparov places his knight on f5. He's still down one pawn. But his knight is now on a dangerous and active square. Black retreats the knight to c7 to avoid doubled pawns. Kasparov develops another piece, knight c3. Black plays pawn d5, taking control of the center. But Kasparov doesn't let him keep it, he strikes with pawn e4. He won't allow black full control of the center. Black plays bishop f6, and by the way, his opponent is Mr. Marjanovic, the champion of Yugoslavia at that time with a rating of 2648. Kasparov captures pawn d5, black takes with the c-pawn, and now Kasparov plays bishop f4. Look at the activity of Kasparov's pieces. His knight can jump to d6, a powerful outpost. The knight on f5 also creates huge pressure. And notice black's pawn on d5. It looks strong, but it's actually weak. Kasparov can easily win it back if he wants, but he doesn't care about that. He only wants to destroy the king. Black plays knight h6, all his pieces are on the queenside now, and Kasparov calmly plays rook e1, taking control of the e-file and activating the rook. Black plays queen d7 attacking the knight, but Kasparov replies with bishop h3, creating a threat of knight check and winning the queen. Every move from Kasparov is a threat. Black moves the king to h8 trying to defend, but that's actually a bad move. Computer suggests returning the queen to d8 instead. You know, people hate undoing their own mistakes. That's one of the biggest problems in chess. After king h8, Kasparov plays knight e4, the pawn on d5 is still pinned and can't move. Black captures a pawn with bishop takes b2. Kasparov doesn't care, he plays knight g5. Now both knights are jumping near the king. He's even ready to sacrifice his rook. Coordination is what matters most for Kasparov. Black plays queen c6, not taking the rook. Because if he does, Kasparov's queen will attack g7, and it's game over. Kasparov now plays knight e7, black plays queen f6. And now, if you can guess Kasparov's next move, you're a genius. Knight takes h7. Unbelievable. Even that calm rook move earlier now defends the knight. If black captures the knight, Kasparov plays queen check, and mates in the Anastasia's mate pattern. So black plays queen d4 trying to trade queens, but of course Kasparov refuses, he moves queen h5. While black captures the rook, Kasparov is already hunting the king. Black plays pawn g6. Kasparov calmly steps back with the queen, the threats are still alive. Black finally captures the rook, but now it's over. Kasparov plays knight f6 check, and black resigns. Because after king g7, comes queen check and bishop checkmate. I hope you enjoyed this masterpiece. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Share your thoughts in the comments. Love you all.